And it's happening right in front of our eyes, isn't it? The government, specifically the FBI, has decided that the threat of violence and major civil disturbances around the 2024 U.S. presidential election is so significant that they've gone ahead and created a new category of extremists. And guess who's in the crosshairs? Make America Great Again, MAGA supporters. Yeah, you heard that right. People who support a political ideology who back a former president are now being lumped into a category that's often reserved for actual terrorists and violent radicals. The audacity, the sheer audacity of this move is beyond comprehension. Here, we have a federal agency whose very mission is to uphold the law and protect citizens, essentially saying, if you're a MAGA supporter, you're practically a terrorist in our eyes. What kind of dystopian nightmare have we found ourselves in? This isn't just an overreach. It's a grievous invasion into the personal and political beliefs of American citizens. It's as if we've been transported into the pages of a dystopian novel, except this is our grim reality. Now let's delve into the chilling blueprint they're following. Step 1. Labeling. In the initial stages, any oppressive regime begins by labeling a group of people as enemies, extremists, or subversives. This isn't mere name-calling, it's a calculated, cold-blooded strategy designed to dehumanize and delegitimize a group of people. The label serves as a mental shortcut for the public, making it tragically easier to accept the harsh, often inhumane actions that will inevitably follow.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
History is rife with examples of regimes using terms like counter-revolutionaries or enemies of the state to justify unspeakable atrocities. In our current situation, the FBI has chillingly labeled MAGA supporters as potential extremists. Note the word potential. They're not even accusing these individuals of wrongdoing. They're merely laying the groundwork for whatever dark actions may come next. It's as if they're whispering to society, watch out for these people, they could be dangerous. This is a glaring red flag, the first ominous step in a perilous dance that could lead us down a path of no return. Step 2. Isolating. Once the label is firmly in place, the next heart-wrenching step is isolation. Through propaganda, media manipulation, and perhaps even laws, the regime will turn the tide of public opinion against the targeted group. The aim is to make it socially, economically, and politically perilous to associate with this group. The ultimate goal is to turn them into social outcasts, to sever them from any support or resources that could help them resist the looming darkness. What is the FBI doing after labeling MAGA supporters? By designating them as potential extremists, they're effectively isolating them from the fabric of society. Imagine the devastating social implications. Who would dare to be friends with, employ, or even converse with someone who's been labeled an extremist by the federal government? It's a form of social isolation so potent that it can control both narrative and population. Step 3. Action. And then the hammer falls. With the group labeled and isolated, the regime feels justified in taking whatever draconian action they deem necessary. This could range from imprisonment to the confiscation of property, and in the most extreme and horrifying cases, even execution. And because they've successfully swayed public opinion against this group, there's minimal backlash. People think, well, they were enemies of the state. They got what they deserved. By labeling and isolating MAGA supporters, the FBI is setting the stage for whatever grim actions they have planned next. And because they've already labeled these individuals as potential extremists, any actions taken against them will likely be seen as justified in the eyes of a manipulated public. The sorrow of this unfolding drama is almost too much to bear. It's a tragedy not just for those being labeled, but for the very soul of our nation. And the fact that this is happening right in front of our eyes,